We usually do 3 inquiries during the year, and for the second term, our inquiry focused on healthy living and healthy relationships. So in the healthy living part, we were looking at healthy eating, physical activity, and so on.
We've started to use the actual inquiry question embedded in the community of learners. So at the beginning of the year, we start with how can we develop as a community of learners so that we can all be successful through our understanding of Aboriginal people, past and present?
Well, I think the highlight, like the thing that stood out for me the most would have to be like when we do our inquiry projects, like how we can really learn a lot of things and how it can transform people, their thoughts, actions, and beliefs.
Well, my students decided to take on, as part of their Making a Difference Inquiry Passion Project. They all have these little mini inquiry passion projects after I introduce an umbrella one. And they decide on something they want to go deeper with.
When I first started my inquiry, my first year, I actually did it with my friend Allie, and we interviewed an author of my favorite books in the bin, and the author was of Fatty Legs. And so before I had very little confidence in myself and what I could do, and so when I realized what I could do, it really changed my life, and I've done more stuff with my family, and I've opened up a lot, and it helped a lot. And being in a community of learners like that, it just brought me more together with my friends.
So one example is I have a group of students, about 4 of them right now, that are working with the primary students at lunch hour. And they've taken it upon themselves to design some games and organize those games and set them up before recess begins. And then the primary students come out and they work with them almost like a Parks and Recs kind of situation.
It was very easy for my kids to take ownership of this. We had a zero waste lunch challenge, and so one of the things my students tried to do was to reduce the garbage they had in their lunches. And so kids were showing me with great pride their latest plastic container, reusable container that they were using, or that they were bringing this fancy napkin for their lunch instead of using paper napkins or paper towels. And it's really nice to see that those kids who changed their habits during the inquiry kept their habits going and still are trying very hard to reduce the amount of garbage.
Moving that community of learners right through the year, it has given a foundation for the students to transfer their understanding more quickly, so they have that background knowledge every time they enter the inquiry question. So they feel they already know something, and they can bring that to the table and continue to deepen their understanding.